Welcome to your Flow and Restore yoga class. Tonight we are beginning standing. So the first thing we're going to do in our class is just release and shake off anything that we're holding on to. So we're just energetic beings. We're soaking in people we love. We're soaking in their energy. Big feelings, we're soaking it in. Someone passing you in the grocery store, we just absorb it. So we're just gonna brush it off. So I want you to think of just brushing everything away, brushing off the energy. So good, bad, everything. Just brush away from the heart, brush your back, brush your throat, and then your face. So you're just sending it away. Leg, like you're giving yourself a rinse. And you can do this when you're in the shower, but just make sure you plant your feet down. Now, if you have anything you're still holding on to, you're going to find a light source. So for me, I'm going to look at a Himalayan salt lamp or the moon, or maybe you can still see the sun, or you have a flame from a candle. And you're just going to look at your light source and brush from your arms, brush from your heart, and say, return to sender. Return to sender. Now shake it out. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to bring our feet hip width apart, bend our knees here, and then we'll just let our arms come back and forth like coat sleeves. And now we're going to little bob it a bit. So you're going to come up and down, nice and gentle. I'm barely, just really gentle movement. And imagine your arms are empty coat sleeves. So just feeling nice and light here. Our mantra is all about lightness. So lightening up. And then slowly come to the center. And then we'll let our arms go the other way. So bend those knees a lot, and then we'll inhale, reach up. Bend the knees and release to the ground. 2 more. And release. And last time. And release. Inhale to reach up. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers except for your pointer and thumb. Reach up. Big breath in. Exhale. Release your hands. Take your right hand to the left outside of the wrist and a little side bend here. And now see if you can push down on that left outer foot for a little bit more of a stretch, and then inhale, come up. Other side, the left hand grabs the right wrist and a gentle bend over. Now push into that. It's almost if you're reaching your hip, your right hip away from you, and pushing into that right outer foot. Very good. Inhale, center. Palms together to the heart. I am light. Light shines from within. And I lighten up in my life. Draw the core in. And let your hands come to the sides. Find mountain pose. Feet hip width apart. Looking forward, shrug your shoulders up and back, and then float those arms up. Inhale. Palms will touch. Swan dive down, forward fold. So just nice and slow, mindfully, arms wide, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. So hands just slide up above the knees, elbows come in towards the body. Look to the ground, now reach your crown. Big breath in. Exhale, chair. So just sitting in an imaginary chair. Hands float up. Inhale, rise. Palms together. One more like that. Bring your hands to the heart. Inhale, float them up. Looking forward, palms touch. Swan dive down. Arms wide, nice and slow motion. Start to hinge from the hips, coming into a forward fold. Bend the knees if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands above the knees, elbows come in, look to the ground. A chair pose. Slide your hands. You can keep them on the thighs if that's more supportive, or float them up. Inhale, rise. Hands to the heart. We're going to do it again, but come down this time to the mat. Inhale up. Palms touch. Exhale down. Forward fold. Diving down over the heart. Inhale, flat back. Hands above the knees. Elbows come in. Exhale, bend those knees. Plant your hands down and start to walk back until you're in, lifting your butt in the air, coming into a downward dog. We'll just come to our knees for a moment. Look at your hands, make sure that they feel nice, fingers spread but soft, index fingers parallel. And now lift your hips up and back again to downward dog, and we'll bend our knees, take it for a walk. Nice and gentle here. All right, pause, and then come forward into a plank. So shoulders floating over the wrist, and then we'll lower to our knees and lower down nice and slow to the ground. So just slow it down until your chest is down, hands beside the heart, elbows in. Find the tops of your feet to lift the kneecaps. Push into your hands, bringing your elbows in, and then push down the pubic bone to peel your heart forward, but keep your ribcage down, looking forward, chin down, keep neck long. Exhale, release. That's a really nice cobra. Well done. Release your knees too. One more time, push into your tops of your feet, push into your hands, peeling your heart up. A nice little baby cobra. Exhale, release. And then we'll push into our hands. Knees are going to be wide, big toes touch. Sitting back into a child's pose. So you can stretch your arms forward and with your forehead down. You can lift your hips above the knees. Elbows out, stack your hands. Another version is stacking your fists below your forehead. And just pause there. Breathe in a big breath of light. Just fill up. Imagine you have this flashlight. You're illuminating your whole rib cage, your heart. You're filling up with light. And exhale, releasing. There's a question that can be sometimes helpful in your life. Whenever you have a decision to make, if you ask yourself, does this feel light or does this feel heavy? And often when things feel light, they're right for us. And when it feels heavy and exhausting, it is something that doesn't fit with you. So just that lightness is a really nice cue. Does this feel light? Full breath in, fill up with light. Lightness in the heart. Exhale through the mouth. And then slowly lifting your head up. We're going to plant our hands down, sit back towards our heels, and bring our legs around. So legs in front, give them a little movement, whatever that feels for you. Feels good, wiggle those legs. We're going to get our blankets ready on the side and just do a little bit of a stretch here. So first we'll do staff pose. Find your sit bones, fingertips into the ground. Inhale, lift up, lift through the heart. And exhale, plant your hands and point the toes. Inhale, push into the fingertips, lift through the heart. This is where you can push into a blanket or pillows or make it higher behind you if you need to. One more time. Inhale, push into the fingertips, lift through the heart. And exhale, point. We're going to plant our feet down one at a time. Fingertips still facing the same ways as our toes. And then lift ourselves up. That's it. Reverse table. Now lift those hip flexors. Look past your knees. Push into your hands. And then lower down. One more time like that. So first we'll just rest. And then lifting yourself up. Push into your heels. Lift up through the heart. Reach your knees past your toes. And lower down. Very nice. We'll bring our feet in. Crisscross applesauce. Sitting up here. Hands on the knees, and we'll do a few Sufi grinds, so little spins. Notice how that feels. You might want to make your spins bigger or smaller, rounding back. We'll switch directions. Can you relax in the face? And then round it back. Draw that chin in. Hands stay on the knees. Roll over your sit bones as you inhale, lift to center. Pull that heart through, looking up, release your knees and open through the heart. Open your arms up wide, palms to the sky. Exhale, round back. Draw belly towards the spine, chin to chest, back of hands touch. And then we'll do that again twice more. Inhale, lift up, look up, exhale, round it back. And inhale, lift up. Big breath in, round it back. And then we'll bring our hands back onto our knees and come back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, roll chin to chest, drop it down. Inhale. Exhale, right ear moves to right shoulder. And this is where you be nice and gentle with yourself. You're going to bring the left fingertips down and walk them back until you find a spot where you feel tension. We'll breathe here. Inhale in. Full breath out. Inhale in. Full breath out. Big breath in. And exhale, walk your hand back. If it was down, roll chin to chest. Pause here. Big breath in. Full breath out as you roll left ear to left shoulder. Each side is different, so it might feel better to not bring that right hand down. If you can, bring it down and crawl your fingers back. Find a spot where there's tension. Hold there, and then full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and release. Full breath in. Full breath out. Release the shoulders, release the jaw. Full breath in. And as you exhale, we'll walk the fingers back. Bring chin down to the chest and pause here. Bowing to your heart. Your resilient, strong, and expansive heart energy will start to sway your head. So just letting your head, like it's a bell in a bell tower, sway gently side to side. You really need to be careful with the neck. Nice and gentle. We'll find center again. Lift our head up. Fold those arms out to the side, and then we'll bring our right arm across the body and left hand to the right elbow. Draw it nice and close. Draw belly in, sit up tall. Inhale, palm is open, fingers are open, thumbs to the sky. And then we'll look over that right shoulder. Inhale in. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale in. Full breath out. Inhale to come back to center with your gaze first. Exhale, open your arms out. Big stretch. And then other side. Left arm across your body. Draw that elbow in. That's it. Inhale, draw it in nice and close. Exhale, draw in. Sit up tall and look over the left shoulder. Full breath in. Full breath out. This is where my mic is, so I'm just going to make it small, but you can bring that. Yeah, that's it. Inhale in. Full breath out. Inhale in. And exhale, release. One more neck one here. We're going to stretch our arms out and bring our palms to like we're pushing two walls away from us. This is a little bit of nerve flossing, so be really gentle here. We're going to take our right hand down and keep our left arm up, and then bring your ear towards the hand that's down. So really gentle here, and hold. Breathing in and out. Inhale, center. Other side. Left hand down, right hand up. Only if this feels okay. If you're like, this is too much, just do, you can do some side bends. Inhale, centered. And other side. So side bends are just like this and this each side, okay? If this is too much with the nerve flossing. So find the other side towards the hand that's pointing down. Inhale, center. And one more. Everyone knows their body, and sometimes it's just too much. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down. Let's bring our hands behind us. Interlace the fingers. If that doesn't work, fingers are spread Shoulders back and just lift through the heart. So lifting through the heart, whatever version you can do. Beautiful. And then we'll release and we'll roll around and find that blanket so we can bring our knees directly below the hips. So roll that blanket up, knees below hips, hands below shoulders, index fingers parallel. Find the tops of your feet. Relax belly down, start to curl your tailbone. And if it feels okay, bending elbows slightly, looking forward into your cow pose. Exhale into cat, that's it. Draw belly and push into the mat, chin to chest. Inhale. Relax your belly down. You're looking forward. If it's okay for your neck, exhale, round it back. Chin to chest. Inhale, relax down, bend your elbows. And exhale, round. Finding this rhythm with your breath. Think of dancing the spine out. And a full breath out as you exhale into your cat, lifting your thoracic spine up, up, up. And then look at the ground, look at your hands, index fingers are parallel, curl toes under. And then we'll take a breath in, and as we exhale, send your hips to the sky, downward dog, feet are hip width apart. And we'll push into the tops of our hands to bring our heart a little closer to our mats. Broaden the shoulders, heels are lifted, and then start to stretch and bend one knee at a time. If you're like, I need a break, come and take it. Do some cat and cow instead if you're not feeling downward dog. We'll come back all together on our knees. We'll walk a little forward with our hands. So our hands are forward now. We'll swing our hips just left and right. Let your head hang here. If it's okay for your body tonight, you can do some circles. So we'll swing our hips a little to the left, a little forward and back. Only if that's okay. You'll know. Maybe your body just wants to do some swinging here or child's pose instead. So just listen to what you want to do. If you're doing circles, let your head hang out. And then we'll switch to the direction of the circles. Nice and slow. There is no rush. And then from here, we're going to come back with our hands below shoulders. Index fingers parallel. We're going to shift our weight into our right knee and slowly float the left knee up like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. And then lower it. Now another thing to do if this lift to the side is too much, just means you need to bring your knee towards the back of the mat, more like a 45-degree angle lift. But you're lifting and pretending you're peeing on a fire hydrant. This is really good for your glutes and your core. So we're just slowly doing this. You can do it so slow. Just one at a time. We'll do one more. Doesn't matter if you only just did one. All right, now this time you're going to lift that left leg. You're going to hold and then extend your left leg out and plant it down to the ground. That's it. Toes face forward. From here, we're going to curl our back right toes under, and then we'll slowly start to walk our hands back towards that knee and lift our left heel up for a stretch here. So your back foot, I'm sitting on those toes curled under. Some people like to be on the top of their foot. I find that too intense. So your choice here, getting a nice groin stretch. It might mean that you just need to sit up too, not sitting back. And then we'll plant that foot again. We'll rise up here and bring our hip directly above our knee, and that left leg's out to the side. That's it. From here, inhale, arms come up. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist, and a nice side bend. So you're doing that nice crescent moon shape. Inhale, rise up. Take your top hand, make it into a fist, your right hand, and bring it down to the ground, right below your shoulder. Very good. Float left arm up and bicep to ear. So this is mermaid, our gate pose here. Lift your rib cage up. Full breath in and out. You can even call this a rainbow pose too. Inhale, float that arm up. Exhale, floating both arms up. We'll bring Hands out to the sides, inhale, palms touch above our head. And then we'll release the hands right below the shoulders. And we'll take that, bend that back left knee and scooch it to the outside of our left wrist. Bend the elbows, get your head dropping, and we'll just rock back and forth. Now, if your body doesn't want to rock, just stay still and breathe here. You can widen your hands. You can scooch that foot closer. This is your class, so let your head go. Try to soften in the mouth. And then slowly, we'll come to a stop. Come to your fingertips, rising up. We'll slide our left heel back so it's directly below the knee. Unbend our left forearm on the leg. Right arm floats up and over. So a nice side bend again. This is great for your spine. Reach that hip away from you, the right hip, that you're trying to come to the other side of the room. Draw belly in. Now you can look down your armpit for your neck or look up. Inhale through the nose. Lightening up, exhale through the mouth. And then inhale, float that arm up. Plant both palms down and then scoot your left foot back until you're back into tabletop. Now this is where you can do a little cat and cow here. You can come on the forearms and rest, or with your index fingers parallel, curl toes under, downward dog. Your choice. Draw the low belly in and up. Heels are lifted and paddle your legs. Bend one at a time. Let your head hang here. Broaden your shoulders. There's no tension in the neck. And then we'll come down to all fours again. We'll do everything again on the right. So first of all, knees below hips, hands below shoulders. Curl toes under for balance. Shift your weight into that left knee and start to lift up with your right. So this is, again, maybe that right knee needs to come towards the back of your mat. Yeah, at a more of a 45-degree angle. And maybe you want to do this really slow, only doing one or two. So your choice. You can lift up and lower. We'll do one more lift and hold, and then extend right leg out, plant it down to the ground. Very good. Toes face forward. From here, back, left toes curled. We're going to sit slowly back as we lift that foot up. So we're on that right heel. And you might be all the way back sitting on your heel. You might be a little bit more forward. Don't push yourself. Just go where you feel sensation. You might want to crawl your arms a little forward and bow down to feel a little more. And then slowly come up. Plant that foot down. Come to your fingertips, rising up with that right leg straight out at the side. From here, float both arms up, inhale. And then we'll take our right hand to our left wrist, palm down, barely pulling on it. Nice crescent moon on this side. Breath in and out. Inhale, rise. Keep that left hand into a fist, bring it right below the shoulder. Plant it down. Right arm up and over, gate pose. Now feel this long line of energy, how you're connected to the tissues and cell on the outside of your right foot, all the way through those fingertips. Breathing in and out. Think of lifting the rib cage up to the sky. Very nice. Inhale, float your arm up. Exhale, pushing away from the ground. Float both arms up. Inhale. And palms to the heart. And then bring hands below shoulders. Bend that right knee, and scooch right foot to the outside of the wrist. Bend the elbows, drop your head, and you can stay right where you are. You can widen the hands, or you can rock back and forth, if that's okay for your hips. Very nice. I love that you guys are listening to your bodies. Let the elbows bend, let your head be heavy, and get into these hip movements. These are very organic. Listening to how you want to be. Head is heavy, soften the jaw, let your eyes soften in the sockets. You are flowing with your breath and you are light. come to fingertips as you stop, rising up. Slide that right knee back below right foot below the knee and come down on your forearm, floating opposite arm up and over. It's because I'm mirroring you. This is your right knee. Pause here. Your choice here. Soften the shoulder a little away from the ear and looking down the armpit or looking up. What is your neck like more? And just pause here. The focus is the full breaths in the ribs. Full breath in and a full breath out. Now we're getting a nice compression here too on the other side, which is good for the digestive system. Inhale, float that arm up. We're going to plant both hands down and scooch that back foot back. From here, hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Your choice, cat-cow, or with your index fingers parallel, curl toes under, and on your exhale, send your hips up and back, downward dog. So your choice. Draw your lower belly in and up, push into the tops of your hands, broaden the shoulders, heels can be lifted, and pause and breathe, melting your heart down. And then we'll all come down to our knees. We're going to do curl toes under, sit back, get rid of blanket, toss it to the side, and come down on our forearms. Palms down, palms spread. Inhale here. Your choice. So we're going to slowly stretch our feet back to come into a forearm plank. So you can come to your knees and then lift up. Come to your knees and lift up. Or you can just hold here on a forearm plank, drawing your inner belly in and up, reaching your crown forward. And then all of us will lower to our knees, lower to our hips down, and coming right into Sphinx. So find the tops of your feet and pull that heart forward. Now you'll know that this is too much of a back bend right away. So if that's you, grab opposite elbows and slide your arms forward. So a less incline in the low lumbar spine, and you can stack your hands and rest your forehead. There's also a pillow if you need that. If you're doing elbows directly below the shoulders, palms are down, you can gaze to the floor or shoulders relaxed, looking forward. But keep your cervical spine long by slightly looking down. We don't want to compress anything in the neck. Full breath in. Full breath out. Letting go in the face. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. Heart towards the ground. Hands beside the chest. Inhale. Exhale, draw your belly in as you push away from the ground. Knees are going to be forward and a little wide as the shoulders, big toes touch. You can come to child's pose to sit towards the heels and stretch your arms forward, forehead down. Perhaps that's elbows out to the side, hands stacked, or fists stacked below the forehead. Your choice. Full breath in. Full breath out. Can you relax in the face, in the jaw? Can you melt towards your mat? Imagine filling up the body with light. And everything you illuminate, all the parts of you are beautiful because there's only one you in this universe. With all your talents, with your life experiences, and with your resilience. Thinking of what feels light and what feels heavy and what can we release to find more joy. Is it expectations of yourself? Is it perfectionism? What are we releasing as we soften towards the earth,
And let the earth hold us and remind us that the earth and the universe is always there, our greatest teachers. Surrendering towards the earth with each exhale. I am light. I lighten up. You can stay here if this is really good for you, or slowly lift your head up. We'll push into the ground to make our way to sit towards the heels. And then we'll find our sit bones, stretch our legs out, and find those sits again. All right, from here, we were here before today. We're going to do the same thing. So if the ground was too far behind you, find your pillow behind you. Otherwise, push into the fingertips, lift through the heart, flex the feet, staff pose. Exhale, plant your palms and round and point. Inhale, push into the fingertips. Now this is great for restless legs and for travel. So this class is wonderful for travel. Push again. Lift through the heart. And point as you slouch. Plant the hands down. Now come up sitting here. We're going to bend our right knee towards the body and out slightly towards the side so we can grab that knee with our right hand and flex right toes up. We're going to reach for the bottom of the right foot with our left hand and then rock that leg. Oh, my hand is nice and warm and toasty. So we're going to rock that leg and then we'll cross our right ankle above our left knee. Then lean back here and see if that feels okay, just holding here. Letting that knee melt away. Perhaps you can sit up slightly. Now there's some of you who can go further and come into your swan pose. So you can bend that left knee and plant your left foot down, sliding that thigh towards your body. Now you'll know where your edge is because you'll feel it. You can scooch that foot away from you until you find this perfect edge. And keep your right foot flexed because you want to keep your knee protected. Lift through the heart. So this is reverse pigeon. In Yin Yoga, we call it swan pose. Chin is slightly tucked. Heart is lifted. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. And out. Can you soften in that right hip? Soften in the jaw. One more inhale. As you exhale, if you bent your left knee, slowly extend it. We're going to take our right foot and plant it on the other side of our left thigh. If that didn't happen, that's okay. Cross it on the inside. Bring it back on the inside of that left thigh. Your choice here. So find what feels better. And then sit up tall. We'll float left arm up. And we're going to bend left arm and hook it around that right knee and bring our right fingertips behind. Now sit up tall here and then twist over that right shoulder. This is where it might feel better just to hug that knee in as you sit up tall. You're looking over your chest, and perhaps if you have the neck mobility, look over that right shoulder, but your head is over the heart. And we're getting that nice twist here. Great for digestion, great for immunity, great for your adrenal glands. They help manage stress. One more inhale. And exhale, coming back to center. And then big hug in. Hug that knee in, release. We'll do the other side. So we'll just grab that knee in with our right arm, left fingertips behind you, head over heart, and just a gentle look over the chest. Coming back to center. And then we'll take our right knee, leg, and we'll give it a rock again. And we'll say, thank you very much. Right side, we'll do the left, bend the left knee slightly out to the side and taking the hand to the left knee, flex toes up. Right hand grabs the inner arch of that left foot. Now from here, keeping your foot flexed, we're going to just rock it back and forth. And then when you're ready, cross the ankle above your right knee and lean back. So this is where we just work on our own flexibility. We want to keep that foot flexed, and we might let it slowly melt away from us. This is a great place to stay, and you just lift through the heart, working on this. You might even be able to put hand on that leg to slowly open, but we never force the muscles to open. It's really gradual. It's okay if your knee's way up here too. If you want to go further and do a different version, you're going to slowly bend the right knee and plant your right foot down. Lift through the heart, and you'll find where it feels good for you, because you'll feel that sensation. If it's too deep, scooch that toe away. And your hands can be however you want them to be. Mine, I like pointing fingers back, lifting through the heart, and then chin slightly down. Keep the neck long. We just tend so much in our work to extend that neck and put so much pressure on the cervical spine. So here we want to keep chin slightly down. So our neck stays long. And we'll do a full breath in through the nose into your hip. And a full breath out. Releasing all the tension there. Again. And out. And you might have been eating some really big meals, delicious big meals lately. So this is great. All these hugging and bringing those knees in for digestion. Can you soften in your hip? Keep your foot flexed though. It wants to relax too. Keep it flexed. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, let that right leg slowly slide away from the body. And we'll take our left knee up and plant that foot over. Now, if it didn't happen, bring that foot on the inside of that extended right leg. Your choice. We're going to draw our belly in as we sit up tall. First, we'll take our right arm up, float it up and bend at the elbow, draw belly in, and then hook it around. So that's one option. You can even extend that arm straight. And then take your left fingertips, and then we'll do that nice twist. Looking over the chest, very good. Keep your right foot flexed. Now, if it's pushing on your shoulder, too much. So just hug that knee. It's all about the twist here. For your internal organs, for your large and small intestine, for your adrenal glands, and for helping your body manage your immunity. So keeping your immune system intact. Full breath in and out. One more inhale. Full breath out. Inhale in. And exhale, unwinding. Coming back to center. We'll do that counter twist. Hug that arm in. Right fingertips behind you. And just looking over the chest or perhaps over the shoulder. And then inhale. Full breath out. Again, and exhale back to center. We'll take our right hand to our bottom of that left foot, left hand to the knee, and rock that leg gently and lovingly like we did on the other side. Then we'll thank our leg as we place it out in front of us. From here, we're going to grab our blanket and throw it behind us. So you can bend the knees, getting yourself set up here. Blankets, going to support the back of the head later, tassels away. We'll grab our two pillows, one on each side. And if you have a nice thick bolster too, you can even place that near the bottom edge of your mat so you can easily grab it. So one pillow, the same size on either side of your hips. And from here, we're going to come down on the left side of our body and just take a nice slide down the mat. Great job. All right. From here, roll onto your back. So take your time to bend your knees one at a time. And we'll plant our hands down. Knees are bent above the heels. Shrug your shoulders up towards the ears and then back into the mat, palms down. We're preparing for bridge, so it's important we're on the neck. It's important we're never on the neck. So we're on the pushing into the head and the shoulders. So the neck is just safe, floating, not touching the ground. Plant your hands down. Feet are down. And now push into your feet. So a nice baby bridge. You're just lifting your hips up, reaching your knees past your toes and getting a nice hip flexor opener in the front of the body. And squeezing your glutes, getting a bit of a strengthener here, and then lower down. Bring both knees to your chest one at a time. Give yourself a hug. Thank you, body. And now we're going to plant our feet down. You're going to lift your hips up and just shimmy both hips a little bit to the left. Plant your butt back down, and then let your knees fall over to the right. Arms come up like a T, palms to the sky, and ooh, we have a pillow there on our right, ready to catch that leg. You can even have another pillow you reach down and tuck it between the knees. Now, arms are bent like a cactus or out like a T. Shoulders relaxed into the mat. Make sure you feel supported here in this reclined twist. I really do love having another pillow between the top knee and between the knees. But you guys know how this feels good for you. So listen to how your body wants to hold this twist. And then your option too, you can inhale, lift your head up, and then look in the opposite direction of your knees. Full breath in, full breath out. That's it, looking great. Letting go here. Try to soften in the shoulders. The shoulders are heavy and relaxed. Relax in the arms and the hands. Softening your jaw. Think of the tongue in your mouth. Your tongue is a really intricate muscle, so soften the tongue. Let it go. Let your cheekbones soften, eyes soften. Think of your forehead being light. And you're breathing in a way that feels comfortable for you as you settle into those restorative twists. Now, restorative reclined twists are really good for the nervous system. Our body is constantly trying to come back to this equilibrium. It's trying to get you balanced in sleep, in health, in mindfulness. And sometimes we just need to do a twist to get our body back towards the balanced edge of our lives, to help us reset, like a spring cleaning of the body. You're letting yourself relax, unwind, and reset. In a restorative pose, make sure you don't feel any numbness or pain or tingling. You just need to change up the shape if that's the case. And if you'd like to take some big, deep, full breaths, we'll inhale through the nose, and I want you to imagine the breath is a spiral, and it's spiraling down the nose, it's hitting the lungs, and it's filling up your diaphragm. And the breath travels all the way down to the bottom of the pelvic floor, and then you exhale through the mouth and let it all go. You let everything go. And you settle into your body. Then you inhale again, full breath in through the nose. And the breath, like a spiral, travels down into the lungs, into the ribs, all the way down to the pelvic floor, and then you let everything go with an exhale. As you settle in, One more time. Full breath in through the nose. Letting it all go. Hands are soft, wrists are relaxed. When you feel ready, take a breath in and out. Open and close those hands, full breath in. And as you exhale out, slowly gaze to the sky if you looked in the opposite direction. And then you're going to lift one knee up and then the other. And slide your back down onto your mat. And bring your knees up towards the chest. And you can hug the knees, or you can hug the back, the thighs. You can place your hands on your kneecaps and draw little circles. Another way. Do whatever feels natural to you. And then when you're ready, float those legs slightly up and grab the back of the legs. And we'll just, with the knees nice and bent, just flex and point your feet. Flex towards your face, point away from you. Flex towards your face, point away from you. And the knees really nice and generously bent. Now release your legs, float your arms up too, and circle your wrists, and then your ankles circle too. And then we'll plant our feet back down. Hands out to the sides, bending into cactus, elbows slightly towards the ribs. Push into your feet to lift your hips up, and then scoot your hips over to the right. Drop them down, and then let your knees fall to the left. So catching that pillow you place there, and find where it feels comfortable for a twist. You know we hold this for a while. So once you find where it's comfortable, perhaps that pillow you have available on the right now comes between the knees. And then when you're ready, if you want to add your head on, you lift your head up on your inhale, and then exhale, look in the opposite direction of your knees. You can also lift your head up and look in the same direction, which I will do so I can see you. So relax into the shoulders, relax into the hips, letting go completely. Shoulders soften. It's a nice long restart or twist. So settle in. Make any adjustments here until you can find stillness. Fantastic for your digestive system, for all the yummy food. If you've been eating delicious meals, just helping your body digest. This is why this is a great class for travel as well, because if you've been to those all-inclusive resorts, there's a whole spread there, and it's important to help your body digest all the food we eat. Letting go. Knowing that you're safe. The earth has your back. The universe has the front. Can you release the shoulders? Release the hips, release the hands, release the eyes. Notice how your body might twitch a little bit as you let go, as your nervous system goes into the parasympathetic. That is where we recharge our nervous system. We restore our nervous system. I am light. I am safe. We're going to take some breaths through the nose, in through the nose, into your rib cage. Imagine it like a spiral, traveling into the ribs, all the way down to the pelvic floor. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. The breath travels down like a spiral, and then you let it go with an exhale through the mouth. Let all the breath go. One more time, full breath in. And exhale, let it go. Settling into your twist. Each twist is each side is a different pose. It's a different meridian in the body. We're working different organs. Letting yourself soften here. And then when you're ready, full breath in. And out. Full breath in. And out. Full breath in. And as we exhale, we start to move our hands, maybe open and close the hands or move your fingers. We'll take a breath in again. And as we exhale, we roll our head back to center. From here, we're going to gently lift one knee up at a time, and then the other. Bring our hips back to center. We'll do like we did before. You can put your pillow to the whatever side. We'll bring our knees towards our chest. Now you can grab the tops of your knees and draw mini circles here. Perhaps you want to grab the back of your legs. Perhaps you want to hug the knees in. And then when you're ready, release the legs straight up, grab the back of the thighs. Keep the knees generously bent as you point the toes away from you and then flex them towards you. This is for deep sleep. So if you're ever like laying in bed with a racing mind, just do this. Grab the back of your thighs and watch your toes come towards you and then away from you. And towards you and away from you. And then we'll release our legs, let them float up, arms float up, and circle your wrists and ankles, and the other way. Then we'll bring our knees in for a hug. And then we'll release our feet to the mat. And then our soles of our feet come together as our knees find a pillow on each side. Now, sometimes your pillows are not high enough, so you can either stack them up and then they kind of act like you slowly let your knees fall out. So it's kind of like this propping, folding, squishing like I just did. But if you need two pillows on each side, just make sure they're the same height. And hands can stay on your ribs here for a reclined butterfly. Perhaps you want to open the palms again, chin slightly tucked. Keep the back of your neck long. And we can even, as we sit here, grab that blanket and just kind of hug the sides in and roll the top in. So we can kind of lift our head up a little bit, chin to chest. You can just settle in here. Now I like my hands on my rib cage here, but you can do wherever your arms want to be. Maybe even just resting here on the inner thighs. Full breath in, full breath out. I want you to really soften in the groin, relax the hips, soften in the belly. Let your shoulders go. Softening in the jaw. Let your eyes soften in the sockets. Remembering that you are light and that the universe has your back. And to lighten up in your lives. We'll take one more breath here. This is a shorter recline butterfly. And a breath out. We'll release the blanket from our head, just enough so that we can bring one knee up at a time. So this is where you might need to grab that pillow down at the bottom of your mat with your heel and hook it in, searching for it. Maybe you can pull it in. If that's not available for you, then you can grab the pillows that were on either side of your hips and put them there, and then we'll bring our knees towards our chest and release the legs, Shavasana. Now we grab our blanket again, the back of the neck, squeeze it in, roll the sides in, and palms to the sky. Feet, however they want to be. They can be farther than hip distance apart. We're going to let the full flow of prana. So prana is life force. And now it's flowing all through the body. That light, think of light is traveling through your veins, and each vein is like a river of light, and it's just flowing throughout your whole body. You are light, and the universe has your back. Letting every single cell soak in the benefits of your class. Of releasing, of restoring, of lightening up, for making space for joy. So the little things in life, those little moments that we can stay present with and soak them in of each day. Now, if you're really tired, you'll know your body will just want to stay here. Listen to your body and give yourself permission to stay. If you're coming back with me, first bring awareness to your breath. And feel the breath through the nose and feel it into the heart. Exhaling through the mouth. Two more like that. Full breath in. Fill the breath with the body and feel it in the whole body. Exhale through the mouth. Another full breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Wiggle your fingers and toes. You can open and close your hands, circle your wrists, point and flex your feet again. And then you can take any movements you want to just kind of wake up. You can stretch your arms above your head, point your toes. Just like you're a cat waking up from a little siesta. Now bend one knee at a time. And you can push your pillow away if it's available, or if not, just slowly make your way to your side, however easy that is. And we'll just pause here on our side. Draw your knees up towards the heart and come into a fetal position. Remembering that the universe has your back. Place your hand down, inhale and exhale, push into the hand to bring yourself up. Coming into sit. Now, if you have that bolster handy, your yoga bolster or pillows, you can push yourself up into sit. So your hips are lifted. If not, that's okay. And we'll open the palms. Draw belly in. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and lift up tall through the crown. Imagine you're this beautiful, warm flame. And then we'll reach out to that light that surrounds us and bring it to the heart. We'll finish tonight with one Om, the sound of the past, the present, and the future. Full breath in. Full breath out. And we'll do one Om together to close. Inhale in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all.